pros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp. I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout.
Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wentz to throw on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 26. So after the INT, it's Bortles. And he's going to take a shot right away. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fournette, a first down carry. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And that is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And Lambo will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or
loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Drain 15.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. The reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
This by 7.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
On second down, here's Wentz. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Throwing his Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll lose lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So they have the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a solid run down inside the 30. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And Elliott puts this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaul. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 45 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Bortles maybe with a free play. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Shotgun now for Bortles. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now wins. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
82.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Open man right side is Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Jordan Hicks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
39, Lucy.
Throwing now is Bortles. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to go down again. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Bunch right. 11B.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Let's go, trip left, trip left. 372.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Let's go.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
To throw is Bortles. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A minute 57 to go in this 1st half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Wentz to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now, as they come up on second and a couple. On play action, now Bortles. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yards.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Bortles. Forced out to his left. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. Bortles now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
This spot 7. Great 15. Great 15.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Bortles to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Lion.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Lion, lion, lion.
And they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a third down at 17 to go. To throw, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
Hey, let's go. Trick front, trick front.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Bortles to throw on second down. pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. From the gun, it's Bortles. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Jags. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st down, Bortles. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it again with Fournette. Shouting through the defense. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Yes, sir. Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop a shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last run? Set him up. Looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there in his wake.
Lucy.
Bortles now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Welcome back now here in London. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's a give to Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here?
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Steps away to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Eagles on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
82, 82.
Wins to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz will keep it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now this time he'll look to throw. A dump off to Sproles. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Wentz now on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Telvin Smith coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Great.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play action. Now it's Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he fends him off. Flushed out right. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Jaguars on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. The pitch to Fournette. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that
way. His throw incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's got his man, that's Wallace. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Hey, check. Lefty.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 17. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3? And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
A handoff to Fournette, and he's got some space here. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play, as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys who's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big